Hello and welcome to Blacktown Football Park for the inaugural round of the 2025 Women's Premier League. As the Kellyville Colts, the defending champions of 2024, play host to the Quakers Hill Tigers. Bo Clements with you here, live to take you through all of today's action. We'll have a quick look at our lineups just as our teams are getting set to take the field. For the Kellyville Colts, number 1, Madeline Rapasadi. Number 4, Anita Ibrahim. Number 6, Alexandria Colissimo. Number 8, Mia Nesterovic. Number 9, Bianca Hogan. 11, Caitlin Thatcher. 12, Brooke Nesterovic. 13, Georgia Hogan. 15, Kevin Opia. 16, Bronte Parker. And 21, Emma Vanatambi. Number 2 on the bench, Shagan Guman. Number 5, Natalie Rogic. And number 17, Kalia Harold. Now, there's a massive name missing out of that Kellyville Colts side. In fact, there's 2. Steph Padilla, who I believe is just injured at the moment. I can see her on the bench, but Grace Gibbison will not be available for Kellyville for quite some time. But she is hoping to be back for the tail end of the season, speaking to their manager before the game. And the Quakers Hill Tigers certainly bolstered their squad after their first season in Women's Premier League last year. Obviously, everyone knew that that was really just an experience building year. There was no massive ambitions, just with the sheer lack of experience of Women's Premier League football in that squad. But they're here back again with some fresh faces, some new blood, as well as some battle-hardened players to boot. And they will start their round 1 fixture with the following lineup. Number 13, Ashley Bolter. Number 3, Elise Desira. Number 15, Jasmine G. Number 1, Callie Johnson. Number 25, Charlize MacArthur. Number 4, Caitlin Moretti. 21, Bianca O'Brien. Number 2, Madison Steele. Number 34, Natasha Swansborough. Number 19, Jessica Taylor. And number 7, Erica Ukonen. On the bench, number 27, Miranda Moretti. Number 29, Alana Cooper. Number 10, Lily Thomas. Number 9, Katie Salkeld. Number 20, Ella Buckley. Number 24, Sienna Wells. And number 11, Alyssa Bloodsworth. Quite humid here today at Blacktown Football Park. I can see just the sheer amount of players on the bench for Quakers Hill Tigers, and being round 1, that could pay dividends for them in that back end of the game. Rolling interchange in the Women's Premier League, so you can make as many substitutes as you wish. And having that constant rotation, fresh blood in the legs, may pay dividends here today. Artificial pitch, so we won't really have to worry about the rain affecting the match too much. It does get a bit slick in that initial phase of rain hitting. But in the warm-up, all seems to be playing pretty true. So it'll be a true test of character for both sides. Kellyville with a very, very similar squad to what they had in 2024. One that really catches eye to me, first of all, is Kevin Opia, coming across from the Winston Hills Bears, who have disbanded their Women's Premier League side for this year. Quite a few changes, in fact. Ropes Crossing, who will be taking on the other grand final participant last year, the Holroyd Rangers. Of course, Quakers and Kellyville were both around last year. Mariong and Castle Hill United, Norwest and Parklea, and then Ponds and Kellyville United, 2 new faces in the Women's Premier League, and then Castle Hill, Quakers Hill Junior against the Rouse Hill Rams. Nesterovic come down the left-hand side for Kellyville, running right to left in their traditional red, white, and black strip. Erica Ukonen put under pressure by Opia. Just gets in the way. Allows Johnson to pick that one up. Thatcher. It's more of an appearance off the bench kind of player in 2025. Be looking to be more of a mainstay in this defending champion side. All just evading Opia on that occasion. Nesterovic lost it but wins it straight back. Vanatsambi inside. Ibrahim, great awareness. And the first round jitters just present for all to see. Hogan. Still keeping that partnership in the centre halves with Bronte Parker. Same coaching staff, Bob Harold, who led them to their premiership in 2024. Still Taron Rocco, the head coach of the Quakers Hill Tigers as well. Hoping to see the fruits of her project of last year as Nesterovic gets the first Colts shot of the season away. Almost inviting a run at the back post. Pressure will remain in the Quakers half. Ukona just getting on the wrong side of the ball, but doesn't allow Opia to get on the wrong side of her. Opia does win a corner for her efforts. That delivery will end up on the roof of the net. Thatcher. Ibrahim sweeps it across to Parker. Brooke Nesterovic finding similar trouble to her sister. Last touch off Ibrahim. Nesterovic out over the side. Quakers Hill just creeping up the field. Straight away, Kellyville look to go the other way. Yukonen shielding off Opia, but she's got an amazing burst of speed. Thumbs clear by O'Brien. Sterovic able to beat one, looking to get a delivery in. Already couldn't get a great touch on it. It's fallen now to Ibrahim. Just couldn't link up with Opia on that occasion. Johnson's pass out from the back, unable to connect. Thatcher, great ball inside for Ibrahim. Pass is broken down. Hogan immediately turning the pressure back onto the Quakers Hill Tigers. Colosimo. Attack breaks down once more. First 7 minutes, it's been all Kellyville half. Conan. Once again, Conan, but out over the side. Colosimo. Certainly tell the lack in fluidity from Kellyville that Grace Gibbison was so influential with last year, dropping in between the lines, sometimes picking it up in really where Colosimo in the holding midfield role would be. Opiak getting a ball into Nesterovic, and it just gets the better of her. Kellyville are starting to gel. Put a few things together. Thatcher heading back inside. Sterovic back to Rapasati, gets her first touch of the game. Thatcher manages to sneak it through to Mia Nesterovic. Ibrahim cut out there by Bolter, but the attack is still alive. On the second asking, Bolter thumps clear. Big tackle there between Bolter and Nesterovic. Eventually pinballs out to Ibrahim. Hogan out to Thatcher. in the slot. Opia through the channel. Kellyville much more dominant in the air in this opening 11 minutes. Quakers Hill winning the free kick just 10 metres or so short of halfway, and Kellyville with a bit of an interesting tactic, just standing 5 metres or so within the half. Pays off blocking that ball over the top. Zero eventually getting it over the top. But the linesman's flag will pull them up. Ball across the face, ending up on the roof of the net. Delivery in there from Georgia Hogan. Conan, first win by Colossimo, but Quakers get the second ball. Steele into Desira. Bonte Parker looking to get involved. Ball into Opia. Touch just gets away from her. Jessica Taya putting it out for a corner. Thatcher to the back post, headed off the crossbar. And ricocheting off Hogan. Colts really knocking on the door now for their opening goal. Immediately putting the pressure back on Quakers Hill. Opia. Blocked by Yukonen. It'll be another corner. Playing it short with Thatcher is Opia. Hogan looking to immediately put the pressure back on. Opia. Just a tad too heavy on the touch. Steele. Brought it down and handled there by Brooke Nesterovic. Again, Kellyville playing this high line. Winning 2 from 2. Johnson there just putting it out into touch. Steele to Syrup, and then Hogan reading it really well. Opia forces it out to Nesterovic, brought down by Vanatambi. That sat quite nicely for her. Just couldn't get it down in time. To Sierra. Blocked by Hogan. Yukonen gets it away under the pressure from Vanatambi. Nesterovic into Ibrahim. Opia turning back inside. Bolter sends it clear. Opia touch inside, helped on by Ibrahim. And Opia will be offside. Headed straight back from Nesterovic. Yukonen with the clearance. Ibrahim just trying to force it there. G with the first touch. O'Brien firing away, but unable to find an orange shirt. Kellyville just running out of room, so Quakers Hill will get the throw in. Great initial touch from Swansboro, but second touch, it's sad too heavy. And now Opia will look to go the other way. Great read from Yukonen. MacArthur not allowing the turn. Brought down by Steele. Immediately the swarm of Kellyville's midfield turning it over straight away in the Colts' favour. Hogan out to Parker. Cut out by MacArthur, but it will end up back with Parker. Delivery in. Hasn't been fully committed to. Hogan gets a shot away, but the last touch coming off a Tiger. Nesterovic able to get the better of MacArthur, but Bolter had it read really well. "22 minutes played, still 0-0. No changes made yet either. A few Tigers warming up in this left-hand corner. Quakers Hill doing just enough to hold off this bombardment of Kellyville pressure. Steele picking it off. And now a rare opportunity for Swansboro, but Bianca Hogan picking up where she's left off in 2024. Allowing next to nothing get by her. Throws taken quickly out to Thatcher. OPS snaps one goalward. Thatcher to Colosimo. O'Brien put under pressure. Now MacArthur, maybe a breakaway brewing for the Tigers. Colosimo just cleaning up that attack. Banatsambi look to play through Opia. And yes, to the naked eye, looked a metre or so offside on that run. Opia able to keep the attack going through Thatcher. Ball's back inside, it hasn't been dealt with fully. Thatcher once more. Vanatsambi just colliding with Johnson. And now both sides will look to make their first changes. Zanita Ibrahim for Kellyville, called off number 2, Shagan Gooman. Few changes made in the meantime as Opia look to put one across to the back post. So Alana Cooper, number 29, has come on for Jasmine G. Charlie's MacArthur off for number 9, Katie Salkeld. She's looking to get involved here. It's Bonte Parker just getting the better of her. And Miranda Moretti on for, I believe, the number 2 of Madison Steele. Conan looking to do battle. Opia with a heavy touch. The referee has stopped play. Gooman looked to clutch at the face, and Conan had come over straight away to check on her. Ball inside for Tazira. Cooper with a great show of pace. So too the other substitute, Miranda Moretti, but just couldn't keep it in from touch. Tigers starting to pick up a bit more possession in this middle third. Rapasati getting involved with the build-up, out to Nesterovic. Looking to tee up Gooman. Looked onside to the naked eye, but won't matter as it'll roll through to Kaylee Johnson. Conan. Georgia Hogan looking to play forward. Breaks down and Quakers play a ball over the top. Nesterovic just gets it caught under her foot. Parker being put under pressure there. Miranda Moretti getting involved from the get-go since entering the game. So I mentioned before, Kellyville only with 3 substitutes, and Quakers Tigers with the 7, so as the game goes on, they can keep rotating this fresh legs in. Thatcher able to get away to Nesterovic. Colosimo. Conan will get there ahead of Opia. Half an hour played still. 0-0 at Blacktown Football Park. Thatcher. Bounced back off Nesterovic. It'll end up with Nesterovic once more in the corner. Rolls down the goal line. Gooman. And we do have a penalty, it looks. Looked like O'Brien coming out to meet it. After all this pressure that Kellyville have shown in the first half an hour, they finally get a clear-cut chance of opening the scoring. With no Grace Giverson, it'll be Georgia Hogan to take responsibility. Stepping up is Georgia Hogan and slots it coolly in the bottom left, and Kellyville will have their account opened for 2025. Now Kellyville will look to make another change. Brooke Nesterovic being called to the bench. Natalie Rogic. Come on, so Caitlin Thatcher will switch over to the right-hand side at fullback, and Natalie Rogic to left back. Shaman Guman looking to immediately link up with Kevin Opia. Cooper wins the first ball. Starovic's touch just not tight enough. Quakers Tigers looking to break away here. Swansborough. Bianca Hogan with all of her experience, able to shut it down before it got any further inroad. Bolter and Thatcher coming together. Thatcher coming away with the ball. Put out over the side from O'Brien. Opia, the final touch in fields. Taya. Opia with the ball out to Hogan. Nesterovic looks to line one up herself, but didn't have the placement or power to really trouble Johnson. Nesterovic through to Opia. Flag has stayed down. Delivery can't be directed goalward. Kellyville getting a ball in, but again, just rifling the side netting. Buchanan. Taya into Guman, who gets it out wide to Nesterovic. Venetambi. Colosimo with great composure. Under pressure by Moretti and Swansborough. Thatcher skips past one. Skips past another. Erica Yukonen coming out to clean it up and does so brilliantly. Opia poking it free. Passes back to Parker. Colosimo just getting rid of the danger. A little over 8 minutes plus stoppage left in the first half. Quakers Hill really yet to challenge Rapasati in goal for Kellyville. But there is room in behind, especially if Kellyville do get complacent. Looks like the Hogan sisters have made a bit of a change. Georgia will go to centre back and Bianca will go to right wing. Swansborough in behind here for Quakers Tigers and just puts it wide of the post. I just mentioned there is a chance perhaps for the Tigers if they can sneak in over the top. And perhaps a point of action for Taryn Rockall to rally her troops behind at half-time. Salkeld squeezing Thatcher out. Now the throw-in turned over to the Quakers Hill Tigers. Hogan able to clear it. Now it's Quakers Hill who are having a bit of possession in the Kellyville defensive half. Salkeld's touch just out over the sides. Bianca Hogan just told to halt as substitution is made for Kellyville. Caitlin Thatcher will come back off. Looks like Kalia Harold will slot into left centre half and then Georgia Hogan will slot to right centre back. To right back, my apologies. OPR under pressure from Bolter and ball is jolted free. Vanat Sambi gets a ball through to Hogan, who nearly leaves it behind in her tracks. Links up once more with Vanatambi, who opens up. Deflection goes out to Rogic. Nesterovic looking to open it up. Just wraps it wide of the post. Ukonen. Thumped clear by Georgia Hogan. And Cooper will look to go the other way. Just couldn't keep the header on track with her run. Nesterovic down the left. Look to go all the way, but great read there from Moretti. Forcing the final touch off Nesterovic. Opia cutting in and getting a ball through. It's a lovely delivery for Hogan and just off the crossbar. Rogic just running out of room. Ukonen out over the side. Two minutes left of regular time. Colosimo. Vanatsambi looking to get the better of Desira, but Salkeld makes a breakaway for Swansborough. Salkeld will have an effort from range. Nesterovic gets her bearings all wrong. Promises of breaking away on the counter, still a chance of producing a goal for the Quakers Hill Tigers. Opia. Colosimo to Rogic. Opia had tried to turn away from Moretti, but just left the trailing boot in the way. Desira. Now Colosimo. Out to Nesterovic. O'Brien cleaning up in the middle. Miranda bolting out to Rapasati, nearly getting there before the goalkeeper. Moretti, great turn from Desira. Nearly able to slot it through to Salkeld. A few little bursts of brilliance from Quakers Hill. And now three Kellyville Colts in behind. Hogan looking to line up Opia in the middle. And Ukonen, who read it the best out of the back four. Was really the one that had impressed me in 2024 in the Quakers Hill match of the round of last year. Hogan to the back post, lined up for Nesterovic, and that one will just be shanked wide of the mark. And that will conclude the first half as we'll go into the sheds. The penalty in the 31st minute from Georgia Hogan, splitting the two sides. We'll be back shortly for the second half here at Blacktown Football Park. Hello and welcome back to the second half of the Women's Premier League 2025 Round 1 match of the rounds at Blacktown Football Park as the Kellyville Colts lead the Quakers Hill Tigers 1-0. Bo Clements with you here to take you through the second half. It was Georgia Hogan on the ball right now who converted the penalty in the 31st minute. Doesn't look like there's been any changes at half-time for the Colts. Looks similar story for the Quakers Hill Tigers as well. Brooke Nesterovic into fine Anita Ibrahim. Bianca Hogan has continued her stay out on the right-hand side. Nesterovic was able to bring it down, but not in the direction she would hope. Rogic. And Vanatsambi nearly getting it around the corner. Ukonen having other ideas. Steele putting a ball up. And it is Opia called offside. Fortunately, unable to get any live score updates from the other games. Although Marion, Castle Hill United and, well, actually majority of the games are being played here at this precinct, out on the backfields. Ibrahim looks to slot through Vanatsambi. Really well done from Ashley Bolter, the new recruit from Parkley over the summer. Parkley had one of the greatest defensive records in 2024, so adding a member of that back line, not a terrible idea. Taya sends it clear. Actually, in fact, there were a couple of changes made at halftime. It looks Alana Cooper seems to be missing. And Charlize MacArthur back on that right-hand side for Quakers Hill. On the ball now is MacArthur into O'Brien, who's now playing up top. Was Miranda Moretti trying to keep it in. Parker was able to keep it in with the back heel. And eventually Kellyville will win the throw. Opia playing a great through. Ball to Vanatsambi. Can she add a double? Yes, she can. On her first appearance for the Kellyville Women's Premier League team, gets her first goal as well. It's a terrific ball inside from Kevin Opia. Brought in from the Winton Hills Bears over the summer. Kellyville really picking up where they've left off. Ella Buckley, number 20, has come onto the field for Bianca O'Brien. Now Opia in behind to perhaps add a third. Brilliant tackle from Kaylee Johnson. Parker bursting through midfield and finding her initial centre-back partner, Bianca Hogan. Stops in its tracks. There by Taya. Johnson. It's misread by Hogan, and it's going to travel some distance down the line. Put Quakers Hill in decent territory here. Bolts up, puts the ball up. I'll sit there for Rapasati. Steele looking to pressure, but Colosimo composed enough to find Georgia Hogan, who's on her bike now. Drops to Bianca Hogan. Another great ball in for Anita Ibrahim. It's opening up here for Nesterovic. And will fall in for a third for Kellyville. It's really starting to open up for them now. The structure and discipline of Kellyville on full display now. Now Georgia Hogan to the bench. Caitlin Thatcher back on. Hogan. Skips past Bolter and tries to put Thatcher in. Conan play it safe. Ibrahim, brilliant touch. Hogan comes inside, wraps it on the left. Desira lets it run. Buckley plays a ball through to Swansborough. Just loses her footing. Probably lost a bit of bark there too on the artificial turf. Now Thatcher waited for Bolter to commit until she released Yukonen. Read it brilliantly and then won a foul as well. Random already to the bench, and Katie Salkeld will come back in. Parker. Under pressure in the corner, puts it out for a throw in. MacArthur. Salkeld, final touch had come off Vanatambi. Bolter puts one in. It's dropped to Desira. Steele looking to turn. Thatcher will put it clear. Thatcher into Hogan. Sweeps it upfield to Opia. And in behind now, Kevin Opia. Makes it 4 for Kellyville. The struggles of Quakers Hill seem to be continuing here into the first round of 2025. But the first half definitely showing promises of defensive resilience. Kellyville certainly much closer to a finished product. Quakers Hill certainly a project for the future. Buckley got a ball in and Nesterovic got the final touch, which wasn't necessary in any means. Cleared by Colosimo. And now Opia with open space. Bianca Hogan trucking through the middle. Yukonen holding her up. And that's really, really well done from Erica Yukonen. and beaten around a fair bit. Has Erica Yukonen, but stayed strong throughout the fixture. Last touch off MacArthur. Bit of to and fro here. Ball played over the top. Buckley gets a ball into Steele. Swansborough. Swansborough has gone down. Looked like she's corked the thigh, perhaps. Swansborough back on her feet, but now Quakers will have a corner. A few more Tigers sent down the line to warm up. Touch off MacArthur, and it will be a goal kick. Defended well by Kellyville. Opia. Steele into Buckley. Gets the return. And Nesterovic pokes it free in time. Parker. Out to Rogic. Kept in for Nesterovic. Waiting for the run of Opia. Yukonen's clearance. Dropped into Ibrahim eventually now with Thatcher. The ball inside. Can't find a Colt. Cleared by Yukonen. Looks like a slight drizzle falling across the turf now. Salkeld. Now Parker. Looking to tee up the run of Thatcher. We'll go one further to Opia. Tigers will clear. Buckley. Just sweeps it upfield with no real target in mind. Rapasati back to Nesterovic. Colosimo. Opia to Nesterovic. Ibrahim in the middle. Nesterovic into Anita Ibrahim. And 5 from Kellyville. A real 5-star performance. And another 25 left to play. The results seemingly settled now. Just a matter of how bad will the damage be for Quakers Hill. A few changes being made. Caitlin Moretti, I believe Natasha Swansborough off, and Alana Cooper will be back on. Sienna Wells, sorry. On at centre half, I believe. Buckley out wide to Cooper. No, it is actually Miranda Moretti who'd come on at centre half. Ibrahim. Steele. Jam the tackler now. Buckley in behind to perhaps get a goal for the Tigers. Just left of the post. Great challenge from Steele to set it free. Steele again, looking to get involved in the attack for Quakers Hill. Salkeld getting a ball in. Bianca Hogan has gone back to centre half. Schumann Guman back in. Georgia Hogan back in as well up front. Now Opia looking to blitz down the left-hand side. MacArthur cut out there. Steele just looking for Salkeld. Bolzer over the top. Opia's effort straight into the path of Johnson, easy to collect. First one by Nesterovic. Opia linking up with Guman. Guman into Nesterovic. Parker. Vanatsambi. Now Georgia Hogan gets the better of Bolter. MacArthur there to put it back out over the sideline. Vanatsambi. Buckley sees it clear. Rogic. Cooper in the challenge. Kellyville throw. Buckley puts this one out over the side. Kellyville certainly having to play a much different dimension of football than what we saw in their pure domination last year in 2024. But who knows, perhaps in that second half, fourth quarter of the season maybe. Not too sure if Padilla is in the plans for 2025, but Bob Harold will be hoping for Grace Gibbison to be a part of that final charge come the end of the season. MacArthur. And Hogan again, just so impressive. Steele. Great use of the body and was able to drop it to Tessera. Bit of friendly fire there. So it remains Quakers Hill ball for now. Rogic. Put under pressure by Cooper there. So 15 left to play here as Quakers Hill makes another change. Madison Steele being called to the bench. And the number 10 of Lily Thomas will look to get involved. Bolter being pressured by Hogan. Hopes to find the touchline. Thomas, let it bounce for too long, and Gooman got in behind. Thomas, really well to win the ball there. Conan puts it clear. Remain Kellyville possession. Hogan playing the 1-2 with Rogic. Thomas turned away from one, but only into the path of another Kellyville player. Gooman can't get it free. Bolter to Conan. She'll try to find Cooper. Cooper can't get there in time. Bolter. Rapasati just bounces over Thatcher. Bolter into MacArthur. Bolter's delivery seen out for a goal kick by Rapasati. MacArthur will be called to the bench by Quakers Hill. Rapasati into Parker. Vanatambi. Moretti puts one up. For half a second it looked on for Salkeld. Desira. Hogan going to suck the Quakers Hill Tigers players further up the field and open up space. And now Opia looking to get the ball down to the deck. Couldn't generate a cross or a shot. Just sort of land in that awkward spot. We'll go out for a goal kick. Goal kick picked off by Hogan, but it'll end up with Alana Cooper. Steele. And now Thomas wins it in midfield. Can perhaps place South Keldon behind. Thatcher hunting her down. South Keldon, Buckley called to the bench, and G will come back on for the Tigers. The 55 of Jasmine G. Just wait to confirm who the other substitute is. Is the number 11 of Alyssa Bloodworth. Now Kalia Harold making her way onto the field for Caitlin Thatcher. Opia cuts in. High ball put up to test Parker. Bloodsworth was there. Cleared momentarily. Bolter trying to keep the pressure going. Harold with the first touch. G wins it. And the handball of Parker right on the edge of the area. Chance for Quakers Hill to maybe grab a consolation. It's like Madison Steele over the top, over the wall, and what a finish! And Quakers Hill do grab their consolation, but what a quality top corner goal. Top draw stuff from Madison Steele. I'd said she was the one that was really trying to spark things for Quakers Hill. Perhaps that might be an avenue throughout the season this year. Harold. Parker. Nesterovic, who's Now playing in the middle of the park. Kalia Harold has continued her run. Conan will clean it up for Quakers Hill. G blocks it out over the side. Harold's touch over the side will be a Quakers Hill throw. Bloodsworth just called offside, coming back from an offside position. Now Quakers Hill are looking to keep that high line. Bolter wins that one. Steele prodded away from Parker. And Nesterovic looking to open up some space down the right-hand side. Delivery in, battered away by Johnson. It falls to Vanatambi, who sliced it on the volley. Difficult chance to convert in the best of times. Conan into Thatcher, Thomas. Nesterovic into the path of Opia, Vanatambi. Guman nearly able to sneak it across to Ibrahim, just can't get that final pass out. Opia. Picked off by the Tigers. Opia will drop in and win it straight back. Delivery cut out by Moretti and it will drop into Johnson. Returned by Nesterovic. Opia into Ibrahim. Vanatambi looking to combine with Guman. The shot will go wide. We'll head towards extra time. What has been a thoroughly dominant display from Kellyville to open their account. Quakers Hill did pretty well in that opening half to keep things quiet. Penalty being really the best chance at goal. And the only real potent threat that Kellyville had in that first half, but their experience and match fitness has certainly come to play in the second half and bridged the gap. Opia again just caught off. Completely different style of play to what they had under Grace Gibbison, but that will do it for the round one match of the rounds. Full time at Blacktown Football Park. Kellyville Colts 5, Quakers Hill Tigers 1. The other games still pending their results, so be sure to check Hills and Blacktown and Granville Facebook pages for those once they're available. Join us next week for more Women's Premier League Match of the Round action. I've been Bo Clements. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.